very good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. And
thank you so much for joining the program.
Good morning, viewers, and compliment of the season.
Well, yesterday, January 1st, we saw the speech of the president to the general public, the nationwide address which he had made for the January 1st of the year. Now, it had stated that the federal government is unveiling the 2026 economic growth agenda while prioritizing jobs, investments, and security particularly. Do you care to take us through what you think this year would look like owing to all the challenges that the country had last year?
Good morning once again, viewers. By the grace of God, the year 2026 will be a year of consolidation on the gains of the 2025 master plans. And the president, in his speech, has already read out 5 areas where the government will prioritize in the year 2026. But let's start with the security, which is a primary responsibility of the government. You can see now in the last 1 month, the dreaded insecurity and bandits, is it the Boko Haram?
The Boko Haram,
and all the terrorist groups,
all in the
northeast, northeast, and anywhere they are prevalent in Nigeria, even the one disturbing north central, and pocket of them around the south. Whatever it is in a terrorist form, they have been greeted with heavy bombardment and shelling, and with the aid of the United States coming in to neutralize some of their stronghold in Sokoto recently. You can see there's a new sheriff in town as far as the insecurity is concerned. Then the insurgents and the banditry knows their days are numbered. So going into 2026, I think that particular onslaught will be sustained massively. And the sustenance is what the president alluded to in his New Year's speech. And talking about the economy, you can see last year, the normal norm is that how whatever statistic government is reeling out, how does it affect the common man on the street? So let's start from this Christmas season.
Now, Mr. Yusuf Muyideen, the federal government had also stated that going into the year 2026, that they're going to ensure that they empower at least 1,000 people in the 8,809 geopolitical wards that we have in the country. Do you think this is a possible feat, considering the fact that there have been other schemes, other policies, other decisions of the government similar to these that usually kick off and then run for just a couple of days, weeks, and before maybe the next quarter, it has fizzled out?
I'm not making an excuse for the government, 100%. But at a time you come into a governance and you find out that what you plan is not what you meet on ground. After 2 years in power, the government of Asiwaju will have cleared the table. Going into these 3rd years, and by May 29, it will be 3 years of governance. So rolling out this part of, we might have look at the area. There is a program that's supposed to be started by the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs before the minister derailed, the former minister, who was removed from office. So I think now, having seen that, through the ministry, there's a lot of corruption. The government will have re-strategized a plan to reach out. And we are in digital age. Look at the United States of America, for instance. The precision at which they hit a particular location in Sokoto.
The Jabo community
in Tambol. So their precision can also be applied in terms of allocating resources. People are resided in about, let's say, 9,000 wards across Nigeria. You can locate these people. If INEC has a polling unit across all this world, the polling units are cited as a result of people that live close to the area. And now, these people have database and they have record with INEC. Aside INEC, we have the National Population Commission, we have National Bureau of Statistics, then we have all the geodetic agencies who mapped out the constituents of Nigeria across villages, across townships, across local government. This is doable because we have councillors. Now, on this program, I've always allied the issue of local government.
You've always advocated for local government autonomy.
That's where the people live. That's where people are. Now, with the local government chairman in place, the government took the state governor to court, and they got a
court judgment.
Court judgment that said all the local government chairman must be in place if henceforth their money will. And now we have local government chairman in place. So the next step is to use this local government chairman to reach out to the people. So now this is the time that power is going back to the people as it's described in democratic tenets. So now the unit, the sub-unit will now be put into effective use in the year 2026. So likewise, in the issue of economy, the price of commodity last year, as compared to this year, we can attest to it that especially one of the staple food we eat, which is rice, has come about 40 to 50% reduction in price. This is as a result of government program cautioning the effect of price in the market.
Mr. Yusuf Muyideen, going into the year 2026, the government had termed this year that it's a year to test policies, shape politics, and measure performance. We're talking about this measurement of performance. We have seen President Bala Mohammed Tinubu, since the inception of his administration, rejig and reshuffle his ministerial cabinet before. Going into this year, do you think that there are certain areas of the economy that maybe the ministers handling those areas are not doing exactly what they're supposed to do, or are not performing in the manner in which Nigerians expect them to perform? Do you think that there might be some sort of reshuffling or rejigging going into the year 2026?
You see, there are some key factors when you look at some ministry. You can cascade the ministry function into 5. And in each of these 5 functions, some ministry will come in. Like when you talk about revenue generation, Ministry of Finance will liaise with so many ministries that are their function likely to generate revenue. For instance, agriculture and the Ministry of Finance, commerce and industry, they have to liaise, because the commerce and industry drive the economy. And if you want to generate economy, science and technology, education, these are the area where the government must work with. So if you look by and large, you find out that most of the ministry are working hand in hand and in synergy. Like the Security and Information Ministry and Science and Tech must come together, because we want to look at, like now, the military needs to train experts in drone technology, automobile. So you must see the synergy that is, and by and large, in terms of the first 3 years of Asiwaju, I can say that in synergy within the government or as parastatals, I can score the government at least 60% in the previous years. And I know going into this year, that is the government, this year that policies will be tested, and performance will be measured. Now, you have worked, and at the 50% of the time you are allotted to, you are supposed to be rounding up into the next 50%, and that's what the government is trying to say, that okay, we are running. Then the policy like this issue of 1,000 person per ward. If you put calculator to it, it's run into millions of people. And I know what the government will do is that they will look at startups, they will look at agricultural produce value chain.
So it wouldn't really have any political connotation.
You see, in democracy, as you govern, the opposition and the likes will be testing the water based on your performance. And as you govern, you must look at the people, because the essence of governance is the people. So politics and governance come in pari passu, especially when you are going to an election year. And you know, this year is a year that most of the activities of government will be marred by electioneering input. And as it is today, the trumpet has been blown, opposition are crying foul, and the government will come out and say, no, we are doing a yeoman job, this is what we are doing, this is what we have done. But by and large, let's leave politics aside. The governance space is leading to a trajectory of, we are having a solid base where we can build a grand future.
All right, interesting take, Mr. Yusuf Muyideen. We have quite limited time, but let's move on to the next matter in the news. We hear that the National Assembly is set to release the certified tax bills, which is aimed at, correcting some of these gazette discrepancies that people have claimed. They have claimed about alteration of the document. The presidency responded and said that there is no tangible evidence when it comes to ensuring that, when it comes to stopping the tax bill from coming into play. And yesterday, 1st of January, we actually saw the law, the new tax regime kick off, of course with kickbacks from certain individuals. But what do you think that at the end of the day, this decision by the National Assembly would achieve?
You see, until when the document is out, now one will know how to now just suppose within the gazetted copy and the one that was coming from the National Assembly. But by and large, the issue of taxation all over the world and time immemorial, even in the Bible and the Quran, people have already been paying tax as far as humanity is concerned, based on produce, based on your economic activities. Then you cannot expect the El Dorado of the Western world without being ready to face, like in England, for instance, Mr. Chijoke, you cannot even dare avert tax. All taxes are deducted from source. As you earn, the government deducts whatever belongs to it. And you cannot even, if tax evasion is synonymous to murder case in England, because you are depriving the system of what you to use to make sure the better the lots of people. So invading tax is a punishable offense. But in this part of the world, there are a lot of multifaceted issues that come with tax issue. Some part of the country believe that they want to stay where they are, and or some people around the nation believe that their money should not be taxed, and they want to enjoy all the benefits that come with
gotten from other regions.
Or no, not even the regionality, even within a space, the elite and the masses. You know, this tax bill have one particular component that says if you are not earning up to a particular amount, you will be exempted from tax. And I know a large pool of Nigeria will belong into that category. If from that point alone...
I mean, this was a claim made by Taiwo Oyedele on a television interview he had a couple of days ago.
Yes, let me tell you, I mean, I've read the tax policy. It's majorly that if you are earning above certain amount of money every year...
But I believe Nigerians would want to know what certain amount of money, because a lot of people...
It's 800,000, if you are earning 800,000 annually.
Annually. Well, I will come back to that, but generally, the average Nigerian out here knows about the tax laws, but does not really understand the intricacies of these laws and how it would affect him and his finances. So, in my opinion, well, in the general notion, not my opinion, I don't think that the Taiwo Oyedele-led presidential committee on the new tax laws, as well as maybe the National Orientation Agency, have done enough in collaboratively informing and enlightening Nigerians about the tax laws.
You see, what I want to tell you is this: if I'm pushing and you're pulling it back, that particular policy will be cascaded. But what I just want us to know is that ignorance is not an excuse
of the law,
or to the law, even to existence. Because you are coming, there's a deep hole in your front, and you did not check properly. If you fall into that deep hole, it's because you are ignorant of it. It does not show you cannot fall inside. But for you to check. So one thing is that the law is there, and that there is a far cry. Do you know a state governor fought against this law when it was? Some state governors say they don't even want to hear anything about it. Why? Because they choose to be lazy. Some of them choose to be where they are. And anytime they bring a new policy that will make them work harder so that their state will earn more, or be able to say whatever it is that they are hiding will be brought to daylight as to the earning from their state. They don't want such policy to see daylight. They can form opposition against such policy, try to frustrate it, try to kill it. But the presidents hold on tight and they push it. And at the stage it has gone to now, having been signed into law and having been gone through National Assembly and assented to, I don't think anybody...
And has taken effect since
yesterday. So going forward, no law is cast in stone. And as we go for amendment, adjustment can be made through the National Assembly. But if there are areas which are stringent to the masses or to the people of Nigeria. So this tax law is that let us embrace it. In the streets of England, it paved in marble and tiles. Then everywhere is light up. It does not light up sitting down and doing nothing. People are contributing. The street of Paris is beautiful. People made it happen. So if we are not all coming together to make sure that we make this nation work, no outsider. And if we continue to criticize effort of government or effort of, after all, we elected them into office to work for us. So we must always look at it from the prism of collective resolve so that we can move this nation forward.
Now, while I agree with what you've stated concerning other climes of the world and how it is the taxes of the masses that ensure...
the taxes of the nation, not the masses.
Of the nation. Well, of course.
It's not the masses. The masses are even... This tax is trying to make sure that those people who are not earning much, who are the larger population...
All right. The taxes of the nation ensure the smooth running of...
governance.
Of governance, exactly. But then when it comes to these particular tax laws that have come into play now, some people argue that maybe going forward, there could be some amendments, and not just like you've stated here, there will be reviews, amendments. But don't you think that all of these are extremely lengthy processes that could actually be stopped or forestalled by ensuring that the earlier grievances raised by certain individuals are corrected within the tax laws before they fully kick off?
No, you see, when you go to the university and you to earn a degree, some people come out first class, some people come out second class, some people come out with pass. All of them, when they go out, what are they called? Graduates.
Exactly.
So let this law go.
Why?
Because we must start from somewhere.
Whether a section of the country enjoys more than another section?
No, what I'm saying is that there are, like the gazetted issue, issue that were pointed out are just minute. So you can't say because of that issue now you throw the baby with the bathwater. You must separate the baby from the bathwater. So what I'm just trying to say is that there is need for us to harmonize our tax regime. There is need for a coordinated tax approach. Then collection points all over the nation, scattered all over the local government, all over the state, must be harmonized into one form. And this is what this tax bill is carrying, so that we can look it from with an eagle view, knowing what is coming from where, and when you are doing the sharing formula as to the ratio you produce from your state, and it will make all the regional and the sub-units to sit tight and work more and bring more to the center so that they can share more from the table. So the issue this tax is aiming to address is what you have alluded to, that some region cannot be laid back in terms of productivity and now want to enjoy maximum output. That's what the tax sought to address.
Well, let's also talk about the average Nigerian who is already scheming ways of tax evasion. Where they will tell you if you're making a transfer, you know, in the description writes that it's a gift or it's free money or a loan, because loans can be taxed now. Can they? They can't be taxed due to the interest and all. So people have already started trying to figure these things out. Where does that leave the rule of law? Where does that leave abidance to the law? And where does that actually leave Nigerians when it comes to trusting the policies of the federal government?
You see, there is nothing you would do that human beings will not try to circumvent. But on that notion, it will not stop you from going on. Like in a football match, for instance. Like in a football match, for instance, you are playing tiki-taka. Another person is playing maybe the rondo. So if you come with the tiki-taka, and they know that you are tiki-taka, somebody may bring out an analysis before the match that, oh, I know this coach is playing a tiki-taka form of football, and this is the way I will approach him on the match. If you believe in your tiki-taka, you will still go ahead and play because it's what you believe in. The government believe in this tax policy. They will go along with, despite all this. Now, if it's urgent 2K and 5,000, 3,000, you can call it gift. But the moment you send 1 million, 2 million to somebody and call it gift, and the volume,
there are people who gift people up to 10 million.
You know the volume, the consistencies, the number of times. And he will shows that you have something to go and explain with the NFIU and EFCC. So the fact that you are being clever by half can put you in trouble when you are sending 10 million, maybe 10 times in a month, and then the government will say, okay, how much are you making that you can be gifting out this sum of money? So whatever you are doing, the system will always live above you. And let's start from somewhere. That's just we cannot continue to live in the past, and I think that our future will be bright. All
right, Mr. Yusuf Muyideen, I will come back to you. What do you have to say about this crisis, fresh crisis in a party that ordinarily is creating some sort of coalition in order to seize power by 2027?
You know, we are on this program several times, and I told you that it's the coalition of confused people. I use that word consistently because the best bet for Peter Obi is to play a leadership role in Labour Party. Coordinate and make sure that Labour Party is stable. You know, consistency in life is one of the ingredients of success. For you to remain where, no matter the storm in a particular part, would give you that leeway to make sure that, like Muhammad Buhari of blessed memory, he started in the opposition and he hold on the flag for 3 consecutive elections and defeats. And the fourth onslaught in
2007, 2011, 2015.
2011, no, 2003, 2007, okay. 2011.
And
in
then
2015.
Won in 2015.
So ANP,
so he vied
for APP,
4 times.
to ANPP, and to CPC. He was consistent in the opposition.
And then won with APC.
That, what he does is modify, re-strategize. And when he came in, he joined up with other opposition figures. This ADC of a team, I will continue to say, is a collection of confused people who are yesterday in governance. They looted. Some of them have EFCC case to answer. They want to be in the political landscape so that anytime they are head on to come and account for their misdeed in office, they will say it's because they are in the opposition. That's what I've seen about their character, one of their characteristics. Then Peter Obi as a person, having failed to organize and reorganize the Labour Party, always looking for a soft landing. And that's not a quality of a good leader. Now, when you want to declare his intention, he is from Anambra State. And all politics are local. And you're supposed to go to your grassroots. Why go to Enugu to declare you are supposed to join a political party from your own local base.
Now,
the choice of Enugu in the first place.
Let's assess his political antecedents from the party in which he won the governorship election in Anambra State, APGA. He had promised and vowed that he was never going to leave APGA. And then when the 2015 or 2020, what was the election with where Peter Obi had run with Atiku? It was
2019
election. Thank you so much. That really skipped my mind. 2019 general elections, he had left APGA and then jumped ships to the PDP to run with Atiku Abubakar. From PDP, he left, he went to the Labour Party, and now with the 2027 general elections on the way, he has once again jumped ships.
You see, even the Atiku, the two key figures that people are looking up to in that party are not consistent. And they normally have problem with system operation. You know, when you are in a system, I have been in a card-carrying member of ACN, there's CPC. Then I'm from CPC now in APC. Since APC has started, I'm a fan of the founding member in the youth category of the APC. But up to today, there are so many contributions we have made. There are so many sacrifices we have made. Even if we have not gotten a commensurate pay, but we have been consistently loyal to the party. What I'm trying to say is that at Atiku's age and at Peter Obi's age, one thing that they should be known for should have been consistency. And even in PDP, Atiku has gone back and forth twice, leaving the party dry after contesting an election, and the same character that Obi is displaying now. So the bird of the same feather normally flocks together. And this is a weakness already seen by those people who have the periscopic eye to see things, that these people lack what it takes to bring cohesion into this nation.
But some people of some political observers have sort of speculated that just maybe the reason why this ADC faction is rejecting Obi's defection is so that there wouldn't be a clash of interest concerning who should be the presidential flag bearer and who should be the running mate between Peter Obi and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
No, I didn't believe in that, because the first mistake Obi made in this declaration is going to Enugu State. To declare it. He's trying to give it a regional... You know, the leadership that of regional significance in the ADC already. And
of course, Enugu is one of such.
No, Enugu is historical regional heads of the Southeast. So going to Enugu to make declaration for what you have done in the quiet corner of your ward in Anambra, then you bring it to the national foray or to the regional foray. From the regional foray, you know, it's just like just grabbing it from the top. And those people who are there before now have seen that particular style. Now you want to grab it from the top, they will start fighting you because they have already positioned themselves in that structure. You coming in may destabilize whatever it is that, and that's the beginning of crack in a party who is yet to be formed. Because as far as I'm concerned, no single governor, no single councillor, no single House of Rep member at the moment. And this particular thing is called, except those people that are trying, like Baribi, who just defected into their fold, that are just coming in. But what is it that a set of people cannot come together and put their heads together and help. Hold on.
Carry on.
When Atiku was in PDP, the Wike debacle with Atiku is just a little phone call. Mr. Wike, yes, you have lost even a visit. Like when Asiwaju won the primary of APC at the Eagle Square, all the contestants, Asiwaju made sure he visited them one after the other to placate them and say, okay, we are already, primary should be put behind. Let's come together. The likes of Yabelo, Amechi of this world. He visited them one after the former vice president who contested, even Ahmed Lawal, who he lambasted at the primary venue. He still paid him a visit and said, okay, this is a ship. We are all on call. I'm just the captain. Let us come together. And this is what gave Asiwaju a headway. Now, these two set of people have a particular character of not being able to coordinate. And going forward, Nigeria doesn't need people that cannot coordinate, people that cannot bring us together. And that's what happened in Labour Party. That's why today PDP has become moribund. Number one person that makes PDP moribund today is Atiku Abubakar's style of leadership. If he had stayed in PDP, show leadership, PDP will have the cohesion. But he doesn't have that leadership quality to bring people together, and that's the bane of PDP today. Now,
Mr. Yusuf Muyideen, one of the reasons why I had stated that there might be speculations of, a clash of interest concerning the presidential race, candidacy going forward to 2027 is because individuals like Professor Pat Utomi have stated that he will withdraw his support for Peter Obi if he decides to accept yet another, running mate position in a party together with Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
If you have done politics, maybe at the school level, 100 level students are not allowed to take part because they are freshers.
Yes.
So even there are some offices allotted to 200 level students. At 300 level, presidency, secretary will be so that. So now Peter Obi is just coming in. He cannot wash out all those people who are there be building the party and said he want to go for the ticket. Even Peter Obi in his subconscious mind knows that he's going for vice president slot with Atiku. That's the only best thing they can present that will give a little that will ruffle the APC a little bit in the next, because you can give it to them. In the last election, the two of them was able to coalesce about 12 to 13 million votes, as to 8 million by 8.5 million by the Asiwaju APC that APC got. So coming down with that, but that particular thing have been whittled down because of the influx of governors into APC. The entire south landmarks now today is APC. 3 governors from the southeast are APC. It will play a significant role in APC emergence. Then the entire north central today is on a progressive train. So now we have about, in that stride, we have about 17 to 18 states closer to the south. The southwest, and the more than 24 states are solidly behind. This is the mark that the INEC and our constitution stipulate that if you can have a win, about 25% across 25 states, you are good to go to win the presidency. So as the only gimmicks they may be trying to put together, or the permutation, is that based on their popularity in the last general election, if they come together, they can pull a string.
Be a strong force to at least shake the political landscape.
Atiku has friends across and Peter Obi has a base in the obedient movement and in the Labour Party. But now, jesting Labour Party has diminished whatever strength, because the Labour Party play a critical role in the last election and because of the Labour movement and the Labour force. Now, that he was fighting them, he fought them, he left them in disarray, and they will not be happy with him going with Atiku. You know that Labour may not be in tandem with Atiku, and the APC will have a leeway in such an instance. And so these are the things, intricacies. But in the days ahead, we will continue to see how events unfold. But it's a wrong decision for him to have gone to Enugu to make that declaration. He's trying to win. He's trying to take the party from the top. And those people who are there before will not sit down lightly and be looking at it. And that's what is causing this opera.
All right, Mr. Yusuf, one more item in the lineup for discussion this morning. Bala Mohammed of Bauchi has come out in the news to lay, heavy claims and allegations against the FCT minister, Barrister Nyesom Wike, claiming that he is the hand behind the crisis Bauchi is currently experiencing politically. And that he had also slammed President Bala Tinubu's camp for some of the comments they have made, about him and his administration in Bauchi. But of course, the FCT minister responded by stating that Bala Mohammed should keep his name out of whatever crisis that is going on in Bauchi. But what is your assessment of this entire gameplay happening around?
I want to go a little bit my Yoruba sheet proverb. Yeah. People start crying. You know, there is this notion, and this is a saying in Yoruba. If a fly is disturbing your wound, you will be pursuing the fly, and the fly will be coming back. People will not see you at that time. But when you now take a drastic step on the fly, maybe you look for broom and start following the fly all over the place. People say, why you do want to? It's not an ordinary fly. Bala Mohammed delved into Wike's territory to cause chaos. One of the fractions within him and Fubara, people behind it were the likes of Bala Mohammed. And Wike suffered a lot of ill fate as a result of that. And you know Wike, as a man you know him to be, he will not hide his intention. If he want to fight you, he will come to the public place and tell you that. He told him, he said it in the media, even as at when PDP had their primary, that after these primaries, that if people have hit me in the back and they stabbed me in the back, this is when politics will start. Said
But Bala Mohammed also claims that the reason why he is accusing Wike of being the hand behind
he said it in the public that I will put fire.
He will put fire.
Yes, because he went to Rivers, obstruct the PDP structure in Rivers, impose people using his own might, and we can see that as an affront because everybody have his locality. So if you think you can come to my territory and cause mayhem, your own territory too is not immune to such, and that's what they call the politics. Now, aside that, Bala Mohammed was the minister of Abuja. He alluded on a national television just yesterday that he signed 1 million land in Abuja. Of what significance and economic importance are those land to the people of FCT and the people of Nigeria? Let us be candid to ourselves. Wike now is the minister of Abuja. Let's compare and contrast as to performance and deliverables. If you travel through Kubo, down to Mabushi, down to the central area, you will see a magnificent bus park compared to that what you see in a metro stand in London. A bus park at the Eagle Square now, overlooking the vintage of the city center. Look at the one in Mabushi. This more than 1,000 vehicles will come and ply the road of Abuja, saving us from the hands of this driver that used to steal what they call one chance vehicle. It is purposely designed to make sure that you have a control metro system. Bala Mohammed was here. What can you ascribe to him after he sees here as a minister? So these are the issues that are going forward. Even if all of them have their characters. But Kauram Bauchi, as it's fondly called. Who is a Kaura? Who is a Kaura? How is he governing Bauchi? What is the deliverable? What is the stand of Bauchi State in the community of states in Nigeria today, and as compared to River State, where Wike wants all the sway? So you can't be leaving your primary duty and try to politic at the center, and when you have record of non-performance in your previous office, people will look at you as a livable stock. So he had this problem, and he should go and solve his problem. Wike is not his problem. He is the one that invites the problem on himself, and he's paying for it now dearly. But by and large, it's only political. He and Seyi Makinde have concluded to be the president and the vice president flag bearer of a dying PDP. And if they come up, they know that they want to whip sentiment so that their candidature will sell. But it's too late for them in proceeding of things.
All right, quite interesting takes here by Mr. Yusuf Muyideen Ahmed concerning the People's Democratic Party and its woes with the battle of words between Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed and former River State Governor and current FCT Minister Barrister Nyesom Wike. Well, moving away from the front pages of newspaper publications this morning, we'll be assessing the New Year and New Year reflections, talking about hope, leadership, and the future of Nigeria and Nigerians. And joining us virtually this morning is Olushola Onagunwa, national president, advocates in defense of human rights, justice, and culture. Colin, speaking to us all the way from Shagamu, Ogun State. A very good morning to you, Olushola. Thank you so much for joining the program. All right, I hear that Olushola is not in yet, but while we wait for that connection to Bofa, remember that we'll be talking about some of the decisions that the federal government should be taking going into the year 2026 to ensure that Nigerians enjoy the dividends of democracy that they had voted for in the first place. Mr. Yusuf, we will still have to keep running, but in a moment we would have Olushola join us virtually and we'll have that discussion collectively. Well, moving away from Bala Mohammed and his travails with the FCT minister, Nigerians woke up this morning to a rather shocking news. Some shockingly exciting, others shockingly disappointed. That the Plateau State Governor, Caleb Mutfwang, has decided to resign from the People's Democratic Party and jump ships to the All Progressives Congress. How do you feel about this?
You see, me, I'm an APC person. Whatever I'm saying, it will look as if I'm saying it from the vintage of being supportive to APC. But there is one thing that is, we need to coordinate to move this country forward. And we need synergy. Strive within states and the centers will not help us. And if we have a president who is trying to be father of the nation and trying to bring everybody together so that we can move in one direction that's progressive.
Yes.
Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has shown this trailblazer. Today, you can give it to him. Lagos is the 7th largest or 6th largest economy, not in Nigeria, in Africa. Even for those people claiming Asiwaju did not play a part of it in it, but his handwriting was in this process. And he's bringing something similar to the Nigerian space. Yesterday, Bala Mohammed alluded to it that they have a lot of respect for the person of president, having championed the development of Lagos. And Lagos has become a trailblazer in development in Nigeria. So Bala Mohammed, alluding to that fact, despite being the opposition leader, has shown that Asiwaju got what it takes for people to want to associate. And being the leader of APC, reshaping the All Progressive Congress and putting up a system that will carry everybody along. Somebody like Fubara, when he was asked why, he said, no, this man shows me a father figure. And he was supportive of me, even in my travails with my my predecessor. He was able to strike a balance and make sure that today I'm still in power. So to pay back for somebody who has shown such a leadership,
why not join his party?
Why not join his party? These are issues why some of these governors, it's not like there is any form of coercion or any form of force. Like what Bala Mohammed is saying that somebody is, if you go to Bauchi State, there's nothing to write home about as far to what Bala Mohammed is just awarding elephant contract just to benefit himself. But the real development and human capital index of Bauchi State is 0. So if this is what Bala Mohammed is saying as to what his performance are on ground, there are two different things. So one thing that is very, very important and is germane is that the Asiwaju-led administration of APC, building on what President Muhammadu Buhari has built, has been able to take Nigeria further into a system where everybody wants to key in so that the country, and the issue of one-party state does not come up. Because even this Mutfwang issue was raised at the NEC meeting by Professor Yiltwada Goshe Nentawe, who said that the governor of Plateau has already decamped into the APC. So coming forward with a letter of resignation from the party is something that's already known to all politicians in Nigeria, that it's just a matter of time. The governor of Plateau will be in, even earlier on this program today, I told you the entire North Central zones is now APC on the map. So what is driving this is inclusiveness. What is driving this is that nobody wants to be left behind in the train that once take Lagos out of the doldrum. And now this same train is coming to take Nigeria out of the doldrum into the promised land of where Nigeria will become a trailblazer among the community of nations. Nigeria is about to be positioned in a way that we will move to be where we are supposed to be among the Committee of Nations. Look at the insecurity now. The precision at which the insurgents are being targeted, today they are begging for mercy. This is the Nigeria of our dream. If anybody came...
But talking about that, your last comment, talking about these insurgents, narrative that the insurgents are now begging for mercy. Let's take you back to Plateau State. Despite the announcement by the governor that he's leaving the PDP into the APC, terrorists had killed 9 people in Plateau community on New Year's Eve. What do you have to say about this?
You see, when the American bomb hit Sokoto, and that is the land army, Nigerian army, went into action and started flushing out, a lot of them scattered all over Nigeria. That was what they call collateral effect, and that's what sprint up. In Mubi, in Adamawa State, some youth who have already been assigned to decimate bombs were also captured during this Christmas / New Year Eve on the same. So if there are every shelling, even in Ondo State, Amatekun apprehended some of them who are fleeing from the hot spot where they are being bombarded. So such collateral damage can be here or there, but going forward, the synergy that the governors are seeking is to be able to come together. When you have opposition scattered in the time of war or in the time of where they have a lot of insecurity, there's a need for all the team to come together so that we can work as you know. There are some meeting that you held that you have to excuse some governor because you are not in the same political party, and some of the people they show nonchalant attitude to governance because they are not in the same party. But now when we are together, we must work together because...
Now that you've mentioned this, I'm glad about that, because the Bauchi state governor had claimed that the reason why the EFCC had accused him of allegations of terrorism financing to the tune of about $900 million US, which is one of the reasons why he's all over the news, complaining right now, is that he was cajoled into joining the APC and he refused. So if situations like this keep happening and governors like Governor Bala Mohammed speak up in this way, is it safe to say that just maybe there might be an iota of truth about the fact that there is some sort of coercion that has forced these governors to join the APC?
The governor of Osun State, Adeleke, make 4 overtures to join the APC. Being from Southwest, it will be easy right for APC to claim the state. It was refused. It is in the media. He tried all he could, all the tricks in the book
to join the APC.
It was refused.
Why was he
because
refused?
APC know they have the wherewith to unseat him in the next election. Aside that, he has not done enough to justify being included in the APC family. Now, Zamfara State Governor, Lawal, wants the Minister of State Defense out of his way at all costs, because he's the only person that, he served one time as a governor. And being a minister in this governor, in the next election, naturally, he will be the flag bearer. There's nothing in the book that the governor has not done to make sure that even want to join the APC, but the issue of the leadership and the condition is to see that. So if for Bala Mohammed to come out and say that somebody is forcing him to join the APC, is a cheap blackmail.
But why?
And in his comment, he made it clear that the president was not involved. So if he has adversity with some people, he should go and settle it amicably with them, other than to make sure that. Then there is one thing, I said it earlier. If you loot from government and you misappropriate government fund, and if they come for you, you go and wear the toga of opposition leader, and that's the reason. It's no longer working, because as to how much you received, Bala Mohammed on a monthly basis from the allocation, more than 20 billion naira is going to Bauchi State from all the source internally generated revenue. If you go to Bauchi State now, there are 2 or 3 flyover there. For 6 good years, you could not complete. Now, he's comparing himself with Wike. Go to Rivers. More than 13 of such flyovers delivered and completed in 8 years. How many is Bala Mohammed doing in Bauchi, in the Bauchi metropolis that up to today he has not completed? So there are things that you will if you compare and contrast, you will find out that somebody is just playing a cheap blackmail. Let me give you an instance. Wike is a bottleneck to APC government during Buhari era. He criticized Buhari and he doesn't come to Abuja, even FEC meeting, he doesn't attend, or he's normally selling his deputy governor because of show of opposition. For 8 good years, he was fighting Buhari government. But the only award that Muhammad Buhari of blessed memory conducted to award the best serving governor under his own, in terms of infrastructure, it was Wike that was giving, despite being an opposition. So you can see a man who can deliver. If you deliver the deliverables, the world is watching. Yeah. So Bauchi, where is Bauchi in 6 years? What is the economic of Bauchi likes in 6 years? So for you to now say, and then when they give you money, people who give you money are not, when the federal government allot money to you, there are a lot of mechanisms, EFCC, ICPC, and many others, National Bureau of Statistics.
That know about this money.
They know it's even from the Federal Ministry of Finance and other allied ministry. They are not only knowing about this money, they are supposed to watch to make sure that
follow the money to the very end.
And they are not seeing the deliverable. Yeah. You think he will not be questioned? He said it himself that even if he had funded the terrorism, because he had immunity, nobody should mention your name. Nobody, even the president, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if he is found culpable, the next set of presidency that will come will prosecute him for inefficiency. If at all he is found guilty, Malami was the head of judiciary, oversee the network of cases for federal government. Yeah. Why is it that he cannot hide his own case file now? Because there are a lot of things that went into. He suddenly acquired a particular district in Birnin Kebbi, turn it into El Dorado overnight. In the 8 years he was a minister, he amassed a type of stupendous wealth that you cannot compare. About 300 billion naira worth of investment. And how much is your salary as a minister? How much do you work? How much do you sign in the Code of Conduct Bureau form that you own before that time? Suddenly your children are billionaires because you are a Attorney General of the Federation. So there are things that we should stop politicking if we want to move forward. If somebody has abused office, the mechanism of state put in place should go through him without any prejudice as to he's from social religion, he's from social religion. No, you are a thief is a thief. Let's call a spade a spade. So the person of Bala Mohammed is coming to say that it's opposition. I've given you 2 governors who have made overture to join the APC and have been denying such. Soludo, the governor of Anambra, he came out and said there should be no candidate. He is the leader of APGA. He said they are not having candidates in the next election. That automatically, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is their candidate. Let's look at that. Soludo, a professor, a renowned banker, somebody who has performed,
who held position as CBN
governor. A man of impeccable character came out and said no in the next election because of the performance of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he's a leader by right, who is the leader of Anambarians because they have voted him twice. So if he can come out and say they are sole candidates in the next election, it's not even Peter Obi, it's the Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now let's look as to why he made such a proclamation. If he has not given a man who much is given, much is expected. And if Asiwaju has given so much to them, he is also expecting similar treatment from them. And that's why all of them, look at Mba in Enugu State. Mba is doing a yeoman's job. On the pecking order, he must be one of the 5 best governors of this era. If you remove Lagos, you understand, and some other governors here and there, can you say Peter Mba as a person will now be coerced, despite the performance he has put up in Enugu State? Do you know what the president is doing? He's not treating anybody differently. If you bring a project and you know that the project is laudable, will touch the life of Nigeria, he sanction it. Anywhere funding will come. No governor, even Bala Mohammed himself, can attest to that the president has been fair to all of them, irrespective of political party.
Now Mr. Muyideen, let's go back to Caleb Mutfwang himself that has just left the People's Democratic Party, alongside the full swoop of governors who have left last year. PDP is now left with just 4 governors. And a scanty amount of lawmakers at the National Assembly to going into the general elections in 2027.
Yeah.
What is your assessment of what has become of the People's Democratic Party?
You see, you cannot save somebody. You cannot stop somebody from bailing out of a sinking ship. The sinking ship is the PDP. The president when he was in the National Assembly, he made it clear that nobody can stop anybody who wants to bail out of a sinking ship.
Yes.
Now, this governor saw a particular danger, which is there is no cohesion. We need a bounded political party who have its organ, especially the national working organ, intact. You understand?
Yes.
Then the APC is such a political party at this moment. Now, PDP, as I'm talking to you now, the INEC invited the both warring faction to broker a peace
deal
and tell them that put your house in order so that there will be a smooth ground for you to partake in the next general election. The Bala Mohammed faction reneged and said that the INEC, the electoral governing body, doesn't have the power to bring them together, that the kangaroo convention held in Ibadan under the guise of the governor of Oyo State, she will still hold. Whereby the secretary that signed that convention to take place do not partake in the convention. Now there's a litigation surrounding the NWC that come up from that. Now nobody will be watching such a scenario. That's why it was easy for the governor of Osun State to decamp to Accord Party, leaving PDP, because you know that going forward, even if he strive to win the election, some people can go to court and still claim the mandate. So he want to go and face his destiny on his own without PDP. So Bala Mohammed and Seyi Makinde, personal ambition and self-aggrandizement is the woe of PDP today. And PDP is going there because of those two men who want to be the flag bearer of the party at all costs. At all costs. So these are the things that going forward we must be very, very careful as a nation to look at how the PDP itself conduct itself in the year under preceding. And let me go back the memory lane. During the primary election that brought in Atiku as the presidential candidate. Atiku today had left the PDP dry, disarray, despite having benefited twice in 2019 and 2023 as his presidential flag bearer. Not minding lay down rules for the party, not minding the party constitution. Today, that particular act is what PDP is suffering. People like Wike, I'm not a fan of his approach to life and the way he fights. No, his governance is intact. Okay. But the way he fight, always fighting. You know, some people normally recede and he's not a calm person. When you fight him, he will come all out.
Or maybe you could just say he's a man that wears his heart on his sleeves.
That's if you call it that, I think. But what I'm saying is that he has the moral right, because as when the PDP need people to stand for it, Wike were around. Atiku is only fluctuating, going and coming. But Wike stand all through. Since 1999 to date, Wike has been a bona fide member of the PDP, and he has never at one time not failed to contribute to make sure that PDP is stable. So those people who have fluctuating characters will now want to dictate to them. So the fight that is on in PDP was caused by Atiku, insensitive to the plight of people around. And that's why PDP is where it was today. Then to contribute to that, the lack of Bala Mohammed and Seyi Makinde pushed out Atiku, saying that is in their rank who is the governor. But forgetting that stakeholders like Wike are still there, and their say will still matter. So wanting to fight those people out is what led to PDP having 4 state governors. So there are some things when you have a problem, you look from within. You first check yourself. Why am I having this problem? When you check yourself, if you cannot change yourself to suit your environment, there's no way an environment will be forced to change for you. So sometimes you have to moderate your want. You have to moderate your attitude so that it will be in compatibility with the political environment. And that's what people like Wike are able to do. That today is enjoying an office in the center, and he has the political base in the south to make sure. And even all these things that are happening in the south, with all the south, who told you that maybe the hands of Wike is in it to make sure that all the governor in the South, now today, the stability, because life itself is dynamic and nothing will remain static. So PDP has had a field day. Today is APC.
In the first 16 years of the Fourth
No,
Republic.
at the time this similar thing happened and nobody cried foul and said it's a one-party state. So it's just a flip of the coin.
Yeah.
And going forward, they should learn where their mistakes is, and overreaching self-aggrandizement among all the heavyweights. Look at somebody like Saraki. They are quiet because they know that the sinker is sinking.
Their time is up in the party.
The party itself is sinking.
Is up.
So they can't come out and start talking because they know that the reality is done on them. And the people fighting, that's why Wike is able to fight them, because they are paperweight in terms of organizing people. Makinde now is, if they call a meeting of the Southern PDP governor, is the only one that will attend.
The only one there.
If they call Southwest governor of PDP, is that type of leader that you will go to election with and think you can win a general election. Then coming to the APC, there's nothing that's happening to APC that is new. If you continue to coordinate yourself in a disciplined manner, you continue to bring yourself in a proper political arrangement. Yeah. Then you put round peg in the round hole. Like now, Bala Mohammed Tinubu and member of the elite in the APC shop for Professor Yutwada, who is a professor in the university, a former minister, and they look at his impeccable antecedent and record and give him. They brought him in as the national chairman. If you look at what he's doing at the national level, even in the party structure, he's trying to coordinate and rearrange. And this, if you meet a person like that, you interact with him, you will see. Then he was backed by the secretary of the party, a seasoned legal luminary in the person of Ajibola Bashiru. Yeah. The two of them coming together, somebody that have survey in law and a professor of academic level. They are coming together to rearrange these people that doesn't have baggages. These are people that have not have a lot of and they are fresh. And now going forward, we said we need a fresh take, and this is what Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done with the party.
And this is also something the People's Democratic Party has not.
They refused to do. They continue to live in the past. Yeah. Impunity is one of the things that brought down.
Impunity on whose part?
On the part of the players in PDP, because you just want to enforce your own will on what all of us could come together. Like when President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu brought in the candidacy of the new national chairman, and the person of Ganduje have to go to do some health issue. He threw it to a neck. This is what we want to do. Yes. And it was ratified. There was no discerning opinion. But in the issue of PDP, there is always chaos as to how to come together. And people that cannot come together in their votes, you can't handle a complex nation like Nigeria to them to manage. And that's what we have today. So APC as a party is formidable. APC as a party is on a track to build a viral political party. What I would just urge the opposition is to learn from the APC as to discipline, organization, and inclusiveness. Bringing everybody. When the president governor of Rivers State, in the person of Sam Similaye Fubara, visited the party secretariat, he was marveled at the level of organization, and he can't hide his feeling that yes, now he's back to where he knows that his political future will be. That is a long time coming, because he didn't know that. And in this year, as we go into the year, some of them will be welcomed properly in a larger political rally going into this 2026, which is a general election year. APC will kickstart welcoming more everywhere. I think the Taraba State governor suspended his coming in as a result of the kidnap in Niger State, that unfortunate incident of kidnap of school children in Niger State. And at any moment from now, they will be ready. So we have so many, a synergized house. One party state is not in the taking, as the president has said, only that it will not tell you to manage your house. If you refuse to manage your house, it will not stop those people who want to bail out of sinking ship from joining the progressive family. All right,
Mr. Yusuf Muyideen.
You see, when we started this program, you made a point that the National Assembly is bringing out
the final gazetted
copy. So let us just oppose those two gazetted copy. This particular stand is too early in the day, because when somebody make a false allegation or make an allegation at all, you must substantiate it before you not take a stand. But having said that, when this law was about to be
when this bill was about to be passed
promulgated in the National Assembly and was sent for readings, public are invited. The advocate group are also the member of the public. They are supposed to go to the National Assembly as a part of their civic duty. Me, I have a lot of NGO I belong to that were there, and I make write-ups. In fact, I do statistical variable for a particular firm. So, and we put a lot of digitization of this process. We wrote to the National Assembly in that regard, as to even if the government want to do this, let's have a dashboard of how much are you collecting, make it transparent to Nigeria. We make our own input, and all these input are synergized together. Even the National Assembly, the executive, they are not working in isolation with the people of Nigeria. This thing was debated for more than 1 year. Let me tell you one thing. I'm a Muslim. There is a particular part of Islam, one of the pillars, which is zakat, to pay a particular 2.5% of your merchandise, your profit over the year. You pay 2.5% at the end of the year. Let me tell you, if all Muslims are paying as at when due, there will be no poverty in Nigeria. Because you are not supposed to know that the process of paying is that you look for somebody who's a downtrodden in your community, among
you pay to the government.
No, you don't pay. Sometimes you pay it to that person directly, because the rule is that somebody who is trying to survive. If you like, I have a 10 million naira. 2.5% of 10 million naira is around 250,000 naira.
And if that's what you have made for the entire year?
No, the profit.
The
net profit. Yes, the two of your merchandise, which is your profit, is what comes out of, after you look at your capital, the city capital, you now make profit of 10,000 naira. Out of 10,000 naira, you're supposed to take out
250
naira and give it to somebody to. So the percentage, if all Muslims that are well-to-do observe it nitty-gritty, they pray 5 times daily. And zakat is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. So if we are observing it, this is what set up by our maker, our creator, who knows us better. We don't observe it. You understand? And we pride ourselves as Muslim. I'm just giving you an insight. We are averse to paying tax. If we cannot pay, even when God admonishes us to pay, we are believers. But when it comes to that zakat, everybody tend to elude that part of the. Now, coming to we are a secular state. No country in the world have grew. When you're talking about Saudi Arabia, if you go to Mecca and you are observing your daily salat, somebody who want to pay zakat will be looking for who to give it to. Somebody who want to pay zakat will be looking for who to give that money to, so that he will earn the reward. Here in the part of reward, are we doing like that? So this is an attitude that has been brought up, in the same attitude that we do even in our proclaimed faith. Even the 10% in churches. Is everybody that make it to pay tithes? So what I'm just saying is that this tax regime, and you just said some people have already been devising a means to evade it. So me, like now, for me, I've taken up any amount of money I'm paying to you as a company. I will not forge the intent. If it's a purchase, I will signify a purchase so that money can be taxed. So anybody who is trying to avoid this tax is not doing it for the government, rather is doing it to our nation, because the moments of people
still trickle down to the same
we
person.
Must imbibe the best universal practice if we want to achieve the best universal achievement, as to be at par in Turkey, in Indonesia, in China, in Singapore. Are people not paying tax? And now you will now look at them. You want to be like them. You want to develop. You want this, the Calabar rail line and the coastal road. Will it be constructed with paper? Leave Asiwaju out of it. Leave the fact that you didn't vote this government out of it. The Kano, the conceivement of the Badagry Sokoto was during Shagari. Up to today, nobody has come. The president has started more than 300 of that stretch is under construction. To sustain that particular, we must imbibe the culture of making sure that we give back to the system, so that the system can grow and we can grow together with it. You see, the issue of I told you the governor of Borno State is an APC governor. He castigated this particular bill when it was about to be passed, that it will affect the state in the north. A professor of repute And many of the governors aligned with him, and they went to court. Their issue was quashed, and the National Assembly went ahead. And I said it earlier, during the passage of this law, it was open to public debate. And every meaningful NGO or a divergent or any non-governmental agency who want to make an input were called upon to make their input. More than 6 months this bill was in the... Now, we still now have to go back. This cost billions to make sure that the passage of the bill comes up. What I'm trying to say is that we must start somewhere. And he's talking about litigation all over the world. It's not hook, line, and sinker that those tax policies are implemented. Irregularity. And I said it earlier, no law is cast in stone. As we go on in democracy, if there are some anomalies associated with any law, we can continue to grow. But as you say here, you are not going to live where you are. You want to remain stagnant. That's what I beg to disagree with. This law is here to stay. We will continue to perfect it as we move on. Just like we start democracy in 1999, up to today we are still in democracy, and we are not perfect, but we will continue to learn.
Always a pleasure to have you here in the studio.
It's nice being here. Happy New Year to all our viewers. And it will be a year of sensible advocate in a political era.
Absolutely. Well, you've heard it from Mr. Yusuf Muyideen.